Sikhs? No, that doesn't ring a bell.
Well, all I know is that all those Eastern religions treat women like dirt, and they really don't deal fairly with other races or the poor either.
Turban heads, right? Sikhs, Arabs, Iranians, they're all the same.
Isn't that a cult? Just what we need, another religion trying to push itself on everyone.
I don't know anything about them. They live in their own little world.
All I know is that they're violent, and I don't like that.
The Sikh people are one of the most misunderstood cultural and religious minorities in the world today. Theirs is a history of religious devotion to one God, to peace, and to justice. But unfortunately, it is also a history of brutal oppression by other cultures and religions. Worldwide, others have come to see the Sikhs as something to be feared. Most seem to have made that decision out of suspicion, without first understanding who the Sikhs really are, where they came from, what they believe. Instead, centuries of rumors and even lies have created stereotypes of the Sikh religion and its people that are difficult to change. The stereotypes have become a smokescreen of sorts, obscuring the truth about a unique people and a rich history. This program seeks to clear the air so others may finally begin to see the Sikhs as they really are, not as they may appear through a smokescreen of stereotypes.
Sikhs? No, that doesn't ring a bell.
Most rumors about Sikhs come from a lack of information. Sikhism is a relatively new religion, while Christianity is 2,000 years old and Judaism and others are even older. Sikhism has been around for only a little more than 500 years. Sikhs trace their beginnings back to the late 15th century when the founder of their faith was born. They call him Guru Nanak. Guru means teacher or enlightener, and Sikhs follow the teachings of Guru Nanak and the 9 gurus who followed him. The Guru's teachings are now contained in the Sikh Bible, called the Guru Granth Sahib, which also contains the writings of Muslim and Hindu holy men. The Gurus taught that all wisdom was useful, not just wisdom from Sikhs. All the Gurus lived between 1469 and 1708 in the Punjab region, which is now part of India and Pakistan. Born in 1469, Guru Nanak eventually sought to change the way his contemporaries looked at religion. The major religions in India were Islam and Hinduism. Hindus and Muslims had very different beliefs about God and man, and for centuries those differences caused much competition, unrest, and even war between the two faiths. The Sikhs' 10 gurus believed that two religions could and should respect each other. These gurus sought a different path to God, while showing great respect for Islam and Hinduism. For instance, the foundation stone of the Golden Temple of Amritsar, the Sikhs' holiest shrine, was laid by a Muslim holy man. It also has 4 doors, one on each side, signifying that it is open to all people of any race or religion. Sikhs believe God exists at all 4 sides of the temple. Many of the workers who built the temple were fed with food donated by a Hindu merchant. The merchant had come to sell to the Sikhs, but Sikhs say he was so moved by their devotion, he donated his wares so their work could continue. The first guru, Guru Nanak, was born into a Hindu family, but he chose a path different from both the Hindu and Muslim religions. Guru Nanak once said, "There is neither Hindu nor Muslim." Sikhs believe what he meant by that was that going through the rituals of religion alone would not make people closer to God. The Guru taught that what people believed and how they lived their lives was more important. He traveled much during his lifetime, visiting many holy places of Islam and Hinduism. He did not seek followers, only enlightening those who wanted to listen. Guru Nanak showed great respect for both Hindu and Muslim wherever he went. In fact, he even showed great respect for the poor. Many stories are told about Guru Nanak's wisdom. One story is told about a poor man that invited the guru to dinner. A rich man also invited the guru to dinner and was very annoyed because the guru said he preferred to eat with the poor man. The guru went to the rich man's house to explain why. He took some bread from each man and squeezed it. Milk came out of the poor man's bread, but out of the rich man's bread came blood. Guru Nanak said this was symbolic, that the rich man had made his money from the blood of others by exploiting other people, and the poor man had made his money by honest means. Throughout his life, Guru Nanak encouraged anyone who visited him, and there were many, to sit down and eat together. This was a symbol of equality, something very unusual. The Guru taught that in the sight of God, everyone is equal. And the third Guru, Guru Amar Das, carried on this tradition by setting up the langar, or open kitchen. Whoever wanted to see the Guru had to first sit down and eat the langar, as an equal with all others. Sikh gurus declared all of humanity to be one, that a man is to be honored not because he comes from a particular caste or creed, but because he is a human being, an emanation from God, to whom God has given the same senses and same soul as to others.
Well, all I know is that all those Eastern religions treat women like dirt, and they really don't deal fairly with other races or the poor either.
This stereotype doesn't have any basis in fact regarding the Sikhs. In fact, Sikhism is one of the world's most progressive religions on the issue of people's equality. Concerning women, Guru Nanak once said, "How can women be called inferior? They have given birth to kings and prophets. Women as well as men share the grace of God and are equally responsible for their actions to Him." And Guru Har Gobind called women the conscience of man. Sikh women enjoyed equal status with men hundreds of years before the Western world had even considered women's rights. Sikh women have equal rights in all social, political, and religious activities. Women are allowed to lead religious congregations, to recite the Sikh holy scriptures, to fight as soldiers in war, and to vote. Sikhs believe all people are equal in the sight of God. That includes women, all races, and the poor. The open kitchen is still practiced today to remind Sikhs and anyone else of that equality. It is practiced in Sikh churches called gurdwaras. Side by side, men and women, young and old, prepare the food, and then everyone sits down and eats together, irrespective of age, gender, race, or wealth.
Isn't that a cult? Just what we need, another religion trying to push itself on everyone.
Sikhs do talk to other people about God, but they don't try to convert other people to Sikhism. Instead, they encourage people to think about what their own religion says and to live their lives by its ideas. Guru Nanak never told a Hindu or Muslim to become a Sikh. He told them to be good Hindus and good Muslims by being faithful to their own beliefs. Guru Nanak simply taught that people should believe in and love God. He taught that turning belief into action was more important than carrying out rituals. Sikhs do not force their beliefs on anyone, or even claim they have the only answers to life's important questions.
Turban heads, right? Sikhs, Arabs, Iranians, they're all the same.
At first glance, Sikhs are often mistaken for Arabs or Iranians because of the way they look or dress, but they are not the same. Sikhs may look strange to Westerners, but people in the West look strange to Sikhs. Culture and strangeness are matters of perspective. Again, some good information can change this misleading stereotype. Sikhs have reasons for dressing the way they do, just as Americans have reasons for the way they choose to dress. Like the Amish, the Mennonites, and Catholic clergy, Sikhs dress the way they do to show who they are, what they believe, and the strength of their beliefs. The first hymn written by Guru Nanak explains a Sikh's main beliefs about God. He is the one reality, eternal name, creator of all, without fear, without hate, eternal form, self-existent, known by the Guru's grace. Sikhs do not believe in a God who is the God of any one religion, but in a God of all humanity and all religions. In Sikhism, one is judged by intellect and actions, not by religion, race, class, caste, or gender. The way a Sikh looks shows he or she believes those things. There is a special background between the symbols and dress generally worn by Sikhs. Fifth Guru, Guru Arjan, died at the hands of a jealous emperor. The emperor made him sit on a red-hot iron plate while the emperor's men poured burning sand over him. Guru Arjan is said to have chanted peacefully, "Sweet is your will, my lord, your grace alone I beseech." He was the first Sikh to die for his faith, but certainly not the last. The ninth Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur, was tortured to death because he supported freedom of religion, not because he defended such a freedom for Sikhs, because he defended the same freedom for all religions. All four sons of the 10th Guru died in defense of these principles. The two youngest ones were only 7 and 9 years old when they were bricked alive inside a wall. The 10th Guru's enemy did this in an attempt to break his spirit, but Sikhs say he never lost courage. After many deaths and many years of persecution, the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, decided the Sikhs should defend all who face persecution. So he inaugurated an order of Khalsa, a new order of society in which the lowest is equal to the highest, in race as in age, in political rights as in religious hopes. Members of the Khalsa today wear 5 special signs to show they are Sikhs, willing to die for justice, peace, and religious freedom, so as to ensure equality for all people. 1. Uncut hair, called the kesh. 2. A comb, called the kanga. 3. A steel wristband, called the kara. 4. A small ceremonial sword, called the kirpan. 5. Short pants, called the kach. These Sikh forms were not conceived in a spirit of exclusiveness, but as essential to the advancement of human souls. Sikhs believe it is possible for a man to love God and cultivate his individual soul without adopting these forms. It is simply a systematic way to advance the good of Sikhs and the good of others by adopting the disciplinary forms of the organization. Sikhs have found that the uniform worn and ordained by the 10th Guru is a real help to them as they play their part in the Sikh organization. Sikhs believe, as is God, so is the Guru, and as is the Guru, so must be the followers. For instance, by wearing short pants, one ensures ease of movement in a time of action. The steel wristband worn on the right arm is a sign of both sternness and constraint, and a sword worn by a Sikh is an instrument of defense and a symbol of power and dignity. Sikhs believe the Guru presented an impressive picture of a simple yet disciplined soldier. He combined saintliness with the sternness and strength of a knight. He also wore long hair, which around the world is associated with saintliness. The comb is a simple necessity for keeping the hair clean. These are the forms with which the Sikhs are invested at the time of their baptism, in order to look exactly like their master, the 10th Guru, and they are expected to behave exactly like him.
All I know is that they're violent, and I don't like that.
Sikhs try to be gallant and chivalrous people. They are defenders, not attackers. The Sikh religion sought to bring peace to humanity, but Sikhs were repaid for their kindness with violence. Even so, Sikhs are taught to use every peaceful means possible to protect themselves and others. Only after all those peaceful means fail are they compelled to pick up weapons to defend freedom, peace, and justice for all people. A long history of Sikh martyrs shows they often choose to sacrifice themselves rather than allow harm to come to another human being. Sikhs were using peaceful, non-violent protests to liberate Sikh shrines well before India's Mahatma Gandhi became convinced of the success of non-violence. When the British returned the keys of Guru Ka Bagh due to Sikh non-violent protest, Gandhi himself sent a telegram to the Sikh leaders saying, "Congratulations, first battle of Indian independence won."
I don't know anything about them. They live in their own little world.
Actually, Sikhs believe strongly in the need to help others. Ever since the time of the Gurus, Sikhs have shown their faith by unselfish service to other people. The Sikhs call this kind of public service seva. There is a story from the time of the 10th Guru that shows how far Sikhs believe they must go in this public service. It is the story of a Sikh man named Ganaya. The story begins as Sikhs met to read from their Bible, the Guru Granth Sahib.
Dear Bhai Sahib, I have a request for you. Could you please explain one time more the meaning of Bisr gayi sab thaat parai jabte saad sangat mohe pai?
Dear Kanhaiya ji, in this hymn, Guruji is saying that in the presence of holy men, I do not see any enemy and friend. God is prevalent in every living being, and He is very happy watching this phenomenon. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
May God bless me also with the company of the holy saints, and may God also bless me with the true spirit of the message of this Shabad. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Yes, sir, we've been attacked by the Mughals.
Wait a minute. I will not go there. I will go with couple of people and we'll see what we can do.
We will all go. Yeah. We will all go.
Let the women not go. Okay? You have to take care of the children and the home.
Dear Bhai Sahib, yesterday you yourself told me that in Sikhism, women are equal to men in all respects.
Yeah, what I meant was that women and men are equal for property and other privileges.
Yes, Bhai Sahib, but if we have the same rights and privileges as men, we have the same responsibilities.
But if everybody, men and women, all go, then who will take care of the children and the homes?
If men are duty-bound to defend, honor, and risk their lives for their gurus, so are women.
The women were asserting their true equality here, not only their equal rights with men, also equal responsibilities. Eventually, they convinced the old ones they should stay and watch the homes and children, and let the women do battle alongside the men.
Battlefield, who will take care of the kids? Who will take care of the kids and the
Come, brothers and sisters, let us go quickly before our enemy reaches too near.
Let us go!
About 300 years ago, Sikhs fought a fierce battle with the much larger army of the Muslim emperor, who was trying to take the Sikhs' land. The strength in numbers wasn't enough for the invaders that day. Many of the warriors were killed. Many more lay wounded and dying, crying out for water. One Sikh moved among them. Ganaya came to the battlefield to comfort the wounded and give them aid. He sang a song as he went.
It is the same light, it is the same light, it is the same light, it is the same light. Who made the day, who made the night, who made the black, who made the white.
Ganaya comforted and gave water to all the wounded, both Sikh and Muslim. 300 years ago, there was no Red Cross. Helping of the enemy by the other side was very unusual, and it made Sikh soldiers who had been in the battle very angry at Ganaya.
Please stop.
Yo, Bhai Sahib, I found us a traitor. He was giving water to the enemy.
Punish him as much as possible.
Punish him!
Why? What wrong did I do?
You are a traitor!
No, I am not a traitor. I am trying to follow the Guruji's
This is a good idea. I think Guruji is in his chamber and we should take him to the Guruji, and I need 2 witnesses who saw him giving water to the animals.
So they took Ganaya into the Guru's chamber to see the Guru himself. The Guru asked him why he would do such a traitorous thing.
Let me take you to Guruji.
Ganaya turned to the Guru and said, "When I came upon a wounded soldier, I did not see a Sikh or a Muslim. I only saw the face of God glowing within each. How can I refuse to help if God begs me to? May I refuse the Lord a few drops of water? As you have said, I must look upon all with an equal eye." After a while, Ganaya and his accusers came out.
Dear Kanaya, you have followed what the Sikhism means. I am very proud of you, and I make you the leader of Sikhs. And Guruji then gave Bhai Kanaya the ointment and asked him to go to the battlefield and not only give water to the fallen soldiers, but put ointment on their wounds.
It is the same light. It is the same light.
So that's what he did. The story became famous among Sikhs. They still tell it to teach their belief that God's light is in every man. In fact, when the Guru heard Ganaya's story, he was moved to tears and said, "You have acquired the true spirit of Sikhism. You see the face of God in all people, for God is there within every man, woman, and child that walks this earth, be they Sikh, Hindu, or Muslim. As they speak, so God speaks. As they walk, so God walks. And as they comfort and are comforted, so God comforts and is comforted." Ganaya, you are a lesson to all my Sikhs. Sikhs still serve the sick, poor, and hungry today. In America, the organization called Sikhs Serving America has been formed by Sikhs to accomplish this task. Formed in 1986, the organization has fed the homeless, provided medicine to the needy, and assisted victims of natural disasters. In 1990, the group signed a contract with the welfare agency of the state of Kansas to help those who did not qualify for state aid, but who needed help to help themselves. A television news program covered the announcement of the service.
Members of a local group who've been following the SRS budget problems are offering to pick up where the state agency must leave off. A representative of Sikhs Serving America says his group will provide money for those who need help but who don't qualify for welfare programs.
I was reading in the newspapers that SRS was having a budget crunch and so many things or so, and I know that there will be many people who might be kind of really needy, and then they may not be able to find assistance from SRS because of their rules and regulations or their funds, whatever it is.
Money donated by the group last year went to buy medicine for more than 500 needy people in Topeka.
Sikhs are actively engaged in like activities all over the world, in India, in England, in Canada, in New Zealand, and in America. If this is surprising, perhaps even shocking, maybe it's because we've never really wanted to understand them before. Like many people in the world, Sikhs only seem strange until they are understood. Such understanding simply requires us to maintain an open mind about people until we know something about them. It requires us to make an effort to clear away the smokescreen of stereotypes. Behind those stereotypes, you may find a saint soldier.
राम नाम प्यारा जगत निस्तारा राम नाम वड्याई राम नाम प्यारा जगत निस्तारा राम नाम वड्याई कल जुग राम नाम बोए था कल जुग राम नाम बोए था गुरमुख पर लगाई सुने दिन वर्ष अमृत था